Good morning. Thank you for joining me on this walkabout today. Today I want to walk about identity. Remember who you are. I never liked that phrase because really I think when parents say that to children, what they're really saying is remember who I want you to be. Because your identity has been for sale, so to speak, since you were born. People grab your attention and then want to dictate your identity. They want to, if they can control your identity, they can basically control your actions, right? So they want to call you a particular religion, a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew. They want to call you or have you even call yourself, a conservative, a liberal, because this way they can then use these identities to persuade you one way or another. They want you to look like, call yourself an Indian, U.S. citizen. There's all these labels people want to be able to define you as. So in the end, if you're going to remember who you are, and what the point of that is, I'm not exactly sure, other than to reinstitutionalize yourself into a way of thinking. But I think spending maybe a little bit of time, not even that much, I don't think this idea of identity is as integral to your well-being as others would like you to believe. I try to strip my identity down just to the bare necessities of my character, because I need my character to be somewhat adaptive to the situations of life. The world is changing and the pace of that change is increasing, and to identify yourself in a particular way that is limiting in some fashion, that prescribes that you act and be a certain way, may not serve you when the world changes so rapidly. Now, that doesn't mean that there can't be some consistency, but let's decide on consistencies that actually help you be the person you want to be. You see, even that is an empowering type of idea. Not remembering who you are, but striving to become the person you want to be. There's no remembrance back. There's no ideology that you have to conform your character to. If you're striving to be the best you can be, to be better the next day and the next day, now you have to actually separate yourself from the identities of the past in order to improve. You see, in that way, when people want you to identify yourself as something, they want to limit you in one way or another. Now, I'm sure they have the best of intentions, but that doesn't mean that the idea of controlling someone's identity isn't pernicious to begin with. How do I define me? Human. I'm a person. I'm going to hold to that at least at this point in time. And what I try to do is try to adopt the good traits that I see around me, and try to eliminate from myself the bad habits and the bad traits that maybe I've acquired through the sociology of my life. And I just try to become a better person and being willing to adapt. If that is an identity, then so be it. But it really doesn't concern me about how others wish to define me and what box they want to put me in, because I like being more adaptive than that. I like being able to judge a situation according to the parameters that are present, and with the breadth of understanding that I have, and not necessarily try to conform anything to an ideology that's been forced upon me through external labeling. You should be the one who labels you. You should be the one to define who you are, and to be empowered I do believe that you have to be willing to have an identity that allows you to progress. Well, thanks for going on this walkabout. We got the helicopters are buzzing, so I'll let you go.